Okay, guys, for our fifth and final video on macromolecules, we are going to talk about nucleic acids. And you guys know a little bit about this from your past science experience. So I'm just going to jump right into our functions and say that nucleic acids carry genetic information. Yay! Right? And they are allowed to, so not only do they carry it, but they transfer it to new cells. Let's start with new generations. To new generations and cells. Because new cells always get a copy of that magical DNA. I have a feeling you guys know a lot about DNA. It's its best friend RNA that tends to lead some questions. So we know DNA is a double helix, which you can see a picture of right here. Where RNA is, it actually has three forms, and they are all folded. Two are folded, and one is a string. A ribbon is the word I like to use when I teach it to you later. Three forms, folded or a ribbon, and it determines the function. Structure determines function. We're going to hear that a lot too. DNA is in the nucleus, where RNA is in the cytoplasm, generally speaking. And DNA has, well, we're going to stop there. I'm not going to get too into this until we actually really get into it. And I remember reading from a few cards out there that some of y'all don't like genetics. So I don't want to, send you down the wrong path. Because DNA is pretty awesome. So let's take a look up here at the elements, where the elements that make up DNA and RNA. Guess, you've got your carbon, your hydrogen, your oxygen. This guy's got some nitrogen, which is a big deal. And it has some phosphorus, which is a big deal. So I'm going to write those ones out. Nitrogen, and phosphorus. This S here stands for a sugar, which we know is made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So there are two sugars that make up nucleic acids. So there are only two types of nucleic acids, just DNA and RNA. DNA has a sugar with a big giant word called deoxyribose. And RNA has the more simple form of the sugar, just ribose. And notice they both end in OSE. So the monomer for a nucleic acid is a nucleotide. And a nucleotide is made of three parts: a sugar, a phosphate, and a nitrogen base. And then those polymers, as we get those long strings, we could just write here that a whole big string of nucleotides makes us that fancy double helix, which carries all the information that makes you, you. And that's why DNA is super cool.